Hi Flosstube, welcome back. I am Jenny. This is my channel, Stitching Jennie, and today is March 30th, 2021, and this is episode number 2. I just want to take a moment and thank everybody for such a warm welcome. I have received the nicest comments and so much support, and even friends who don't even cross stitch have watched and have really enjoyed it. My niece was so excited. She had all sorts of comments to tell me about it, and even my daughter raced to be one of my first subscribers, and it's just been a really fun experience. My middle daughter has been my editor. She has edited my video for me and has been so excited. She watched my first attempt. I had to re-record because there was too much background noise, but she had a list for me of things that I should improve on and recommendations. She's been so excited about it. She's always wanted to have a YouTube channel, and so she is just so excited that she gets to be a part of this adventure with me. So thank you so much. I have one announcement. This coming Sunday, so April 4th, Easter Sunday, I am doing a stitch along with Erika and Kristen from Still City Stitchers. And this is the piece that we're doing. And this is Lindy Stitches Hedgehog House. And this sale will, like I said, start on April 4th. Easter Sunday, and anyone is welcome to join us. The hashtag for this will be hashtag Hedgehog House Sal, S-A-L. So I am really excited. I hope that you come and join us, and it should be so much fun. I'm really excited. So thanks Erika and Kristen for taking part in that with me. Let's see. So next I have a few comments that I wanted to share. That is actually part of haul, so I'll put it in with my haul. Anyway, so I had some really great comments. There was one that I wanted to share. It was in reference to my USPS comment in my previous video about being frustrated that my package from California took longer than anticipated, and I believe part of my frustration was the fact that typically in years past, before COVID, I could get a package from California in 3 days, and this one took over a week, and I was very surprised about that. But a viewer had a really great comment that I wanted to share. She says, I am a rural mail carrier. These days are crazy. Everyone is staying home ordering items. Our package volume has tripled. It has been like Christmas season packages for over a year. So exhausted when I get home, I do not want to pick up a needle. Please be patient with shipping. And I think that was a really good reminder to me that even though I'm super excited about these packages that are coming and can get frustrated that it's taking so long, to really be patient. I know when I worked retail that Christmas rush was always insane, and I can't imagine having that for an entire year as a mail carrier. So thank you for that reminder, as well as for your extra work and service. We really appreciate it. I look forward to packages, so that makes me happy. I had a comment from Colette, who was hoping that I would pass cross stitch on to my children, that I could get them involved. And I definitely have. My oldest daughter, she is very much a stitcher. She typically only stitches during the longer school breaks, but she does stitch, and it's fun to have something to share a hobby and a passion with. And she actually started with embroidery in junior high. They had a class that you kind of would go from all the different elective classes that were offered to kind of see what you liked. And she went to a sewing one and they taught embroidery, and she wanted to know more about it. And I don't embroider. At the time I didn't even cross stitch, and she I was like, well, we can go visit Aunt Melanie and she can teach you. I know she knows embroidery. She took it in college, and she likes to tease me that because I don't sew, although I'm starting to learn, and I don't crochet, and all of these interests that she had, but my sister Melanie did, that she was born to the wrong sister. She should have been born to Aunt Melanie instead. And it's kind of funny because there's I have 4 sisters, and of those 4, only 2 cross stitch and sew and kind of have those hobbies. So she definitely, would have been in the minority as far as like being born to one that actually sewed and cross stitched and did all those things. But it was all in good fun. I wasn't offended. It was just kind of a funny joke, but it gives me the chance to find a reason to learn now. Carrie asked if I would do a tutorial on the floss book, and once I feel a little more confident in the measurements, I will try to do one. I wanted to test out a few different sizes and work with my sister and kind of get her feedback to see if that size really is a good optimal size. So that will be coming probably in a couple of months. Let's see. Teresa asked, you showed a lot of finishes and whips that are similar, that are the same style I like to stitch. Who are some of your favorite designers? And this one is hard because I feel like I like so many different things from different people, and I don't feel like I have one designer who is a absolute, I buy everything that they do. I do it kind of based on individual patterns, I guess. But that being said, if you look at the patterns that I have the most of one designer, or that I have the most finishes of, kind of the top ones would be Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Country Cottage Needleworks, Shepherd's Bush, and Cricket Collection. And those are kind of my top 4. But there are ones that I absolutely love. I love seeing the Mirabilias and the Nora Corbetts. I know they're the same designer, just bigger size versus smaller size. And I haven't stitched one of those yet, but I love looking at them. And they may not necessarily be my style, like a fairy or a mermaid, but I love the beauty of it and can appreciate the beauty of it. So I definitely have designers like that that I enjoy seeing, and I enjoy seeing samplers, but that's not a style that I stitch. And a lot of that reason, I think, is because of the pressure of where would I put it after I'm done stitching. I want to actually display things, and it would be hard for me to find a place to display like a sampler or a big giant Mirabilia. And so that's some of my hesitation. I do have 2, I think they're Nora Corbetts, that are in my stash that are kitted up. You'll see one. I just got the fabric for the one, so you'll see that in haul. But those are kind of more seasonal pieces, so again, I can switch it out. So that's kind of, long answer to a short question, I guess. Susan commented that I jumped in feet first, dyeing my own fabric and making bags and teaching people to cross stitch. And I've always been very crafty, so it's not really surprising to me that I would take on all facets of cross stitch. I have scrapbooked. I worked at a craft store for 7 years. I did a lot of the woodwork painting, so like toe painting type. That was really popular when I was probably in elementary school, junior high, and my mom was big into it. And at one point, my dad got the saws and things so that he could actually cut them out for her, and so we would get to paint along with her and make these crafts and do things. So I've always been a very crafty person, and trying my hand at like floral arranging and bracelet making, and just kind of like little tests into different hobbies, and so it really isn't surprising to me that I've kind of taken on these other facets of the cross stitch world. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me that way. So let's get on to the actual cross stitch. So I have a couple of previous finishes. I was cleaning up my St. Patrick's Day pieces and thought I would show one of them. So this is the first finish that I have. And this is, let's see, what's it called? Luck and Clover by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. If you have followed the Frosted Pumpkin for a while, this might look familiar. I posted about my finish probably 2 years ago, and they saw it and reshared it on their social media sites. So this is Luck and Clover. I used 28 count Monaco and all the called for floss except this outer border was called for Weeks Dye Works, I think Lucky. Yeah, Lucky. And I used the DMC solid green that is the DMC conversion that they offer because I liked the solid green look. And the bow comes off, it's on a magnet, and then these have washers and magnets so I can switch them out. I have a few other of their seasons that I switched this out with. I have a fall and Valentine's Day and Independence Day one that I switch out. So that is a really fun finish that I liked, and I have the little clovers in the middle of the bow. So there's that one. And I got that the wood piece, I believe either at Joann's or Walmart. It came brown, you can kind of see that, and I watered down some white paint and kind of went over it so it kind of had a more weathered white look. Then I have this is Easter Notes, and this is by Shepherd's Bush, and I have really fallen in love with the Notes series that Shepherd's Bush has. It is beautiful, and it's probably one of the few that I really was like, even though there are a lot of floss colors called for, I really like to get the overdyed flosses for it, the fancy floss, because they are so amazing at color. They do such a fantastic job picking color that I really end up getting most of the flosses, if not all of them. This one is stitched on, it's on the called for, let's see. So it's 32 count white chocolate linen. And then most of the, pretty much all of the flosses were the overdyed, except there's one DMC in here. And then this flower right here, it was supposed to be like an orangey color, and I hadn't bought the the overdyed floss for it. I just had the DMC that I was going to do, but it was a very dramatic difference in tone. So I ended up switching it out to be blue, the pretty seafoam blue. So anytime there was that orangey, peachy color called for, I switched it out for the pretty seafoam blue, because blue is one of my favorite colors, and so I kind of went with that. So this one I finished last year, actually on my birthday, but during that's right when COVID hit and things were very unknown, and I hadn't found the buttons for it. It wasn't on 1 2 3 Stitch, so I had to actually call Shepherd's Bush and order from Shepherd's Bush, and I was supposed to go up with my sister on a trip up to Shepherd's Bush for my birthday weekend, and that didn't happen because of COVID. And then, you know, with, you know, the insecurity of everything going on, it wasn't until actually this winter that I actually got the buttons. So I actually just framed it and stretched it just probably a couple months ago. So I'm excited to have this one out. And this was actually my first satin stitch that I had ever done, right here under the egg for the grass. So that was my first experience with satin stitch, which was really fun. Okay, so now I have a couple of fully finished objects to show you, or FFOs. The first one you saw last time, it was More Than Luck, and this is by Carriage House Samplings. And this I stitched on a 32 count linen that I dyed myself with pearl rit dye. And let's see, I used all the call for colors on this one, other than this ladybug. It was supposed to, the called for color was more of a coppery color, and I wanted it to be like a true ladybug, so I stash dived with what was actually next to me. I happened to have a Christmas kit next to me that I pulled the red from that, and so then I didn't have to go upstairs to get my floss. I really like how it turned out. There's something funky in this corner. I miscounted something somewhere, and I'm not sure what and where. I didn't discover it until I put in this pink flower and found that it was off, and the faith was off from where this was supposed to be. I don't know where and what, and I was at the very end and I was just done, so I was done. I put this, I typically lace my pieces. I like that I can get it centered a little bit more. Nothing against other ways of doing it, but I feel like I can get it more centered. And then I put this fabric that I got from Joann's underneath it. This is extra from my St. Patrick's Day bag that I made, and put it, and it's on like a sticky board that then I glued. So there's that finish. And then the next one that I have is this one. And this is, oh, it's Mini Easter, or Easter Mini The Greeting by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And this one was actually a gift from the designer, Deanna. She gifted this to me and asked me if I would be willing to stitch it, and I was very excited to do that. I hand dyed the linen. It's a 32 count that I dyed in a very, very, very diluted purple rit dye. Trying to get more of a lavender. It's a little brighter than I had initially wanted, but I think it turned out well. I did change a couple of colors. For the most part, it's called for. I changed the chicks to Weeks Dye Works Banana Popsicle, because I liked kind of the variegated look for the chicks, where they were kind of the center of attention. I changed the brown to Classic Color Works Watley Woods. Yeah, Watley Woods, because I had it in stash I had another color that I tried, but it just didn't look good. But I have lots of that other color, so I was really hoping it would work, and it didn't. Then, oh, the purple. I had to darken the purple up two levels because of the purple of the fabric. It wouldn't show. And I again stretched this. I put some lace. There's some of my dog's hair. Sorry. I put some lace around it. Put it on the blue. It was really hard to find a background color that would look good and a bow that would look good. And I'm not super happy with this bow. I think I did the brown thinking it would pull in the Easter basket here, and I'm not super in love with it. So I think I will try taking it off and making a bow out of the white lace with this blue on top with the egg and see if I like that better. So it may have another makeover later, but yeah, I really liked this. And these little eggs came from Hobby Lobby last year, but they have them again this year. So that's that one. And then let's move on. I had a new start this last week. And this one is the Pepperberry Designs Bonnet Chick. And I've had this for a while. So I'm excited to get working on it. I think she's so cute in her little bonnet. Anyway, I'm excited. This is my start. And this is on a 32 count green Lugana from Witchelt. And I like the look. It's a lot tighter weave than I'm used to, and which kind of surprises me because Witchelt, I feel like their linen is a looser weave, and so it's surprising that the Lugana is so tight. But I really think it's turning out really pretty. This I will probably turn into a pillow, but I just have to fill in the same color through the whole thing. Finish the chick's face. This is her start of her face, and then her big bonnet. So I should be able to finish that this week, hopefully, fingers crossed. So there's that one. Then I have my whip. This is my car project, so I didn't get a super ton done on it, but this is, okay, disclaimer here. I grew up in Wyoming and have lived in Utah between the two my whole entire life. So I am not accustomed to French accents. I don't listen to French accents. My only experience with a French accent would be Chef Louis from Little Mermaid as he's chasing the crab. Sebastian, like, "C'est comme là, what is this?" Yeah, that is mostly my extent, or Pepe Le Pew. And I actually have kind of a funny story about Pepe Le Pew. My sister and I were on a road trip, and she brought her GPS because we were going into kind of a rural area, and so Google and the internet were a little sketchy. And so we took her GPS, and she had it on Pepe Le Pew's voice like the whole entire time, and it was really kind of funny listening to Pepe Le Pew give me directions as I drove. But anyway, back to cross stitch. So this is Mon Petit Jardin Secret by Jardin Prive, and hopefully you French speakers are not cringing, but I love this. It's I like the cute little garden, and I love the little bee scap in there to kind of pull in my bee theme and summer, and I really am excited about this piece. I will say that the flosses that they used to do it have been discontinued, and so they only offer a DMC conversion now, which is not at all similar to what the picture is. So I have had to go in and find my own DMC conversion and change out the colors to try to make it look like this. So that's, and I've got a little bit of something on there. Okay, so this is that. And I worked mostly on the birdhouse. So I had the brown post and the dark blue stripes already. So I did all of the vines and the light blue and the bird, and then this butterfly is what I started on. So I'm mostly done with the bottom. I only have probably like a quarter of the bottom left. I just have the little fence with the flowers coming up. And honestly, if you look, that's kind of probably about a third, two-thirds I'd say, of the way through once I finish that. So it's making progress. I will, during the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, I typically will pull in all of my whips that I have and work on each one for at least 2 hours, and then focus on whichever piece that I really like or that I'm trying to finish. So this will get some significant progress in a couple of weeks when they have the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. But it's making a lot of progress as far as being able to really you know, only a half an hour of pickup time for 2 weeks. So, and not even always a half hour, because sometimes my eldest daughter has me pick her up later. So, next I have my haul. And I have a lot of haul. With my birthday, things are still able to be coming in. So I think I have all of my birthday haul. So next, so this first one, it doesn't seem like it's cross stitch related, but this is a gift from one of my best friends, and she got it for me partly because she knows that corals and peaches are my second favorite color. I mentioned earlier, blue is my favorite color, and she got this for me because I needed kind of a bag, or she thought it would be nice for me to have a bag to take my cross stitch places, and so that was really sweet of her. Oh, I forgot to mention, this piece is on 32 count fabric that I hand dyed myself to look like a sky, and I used aqua and a tiny bit of royal blue red dye, but it was kind of a test. I have a piece that I want sky, so it was a test to see if I could make it look like a sky. So that's the fabric for that one I forgot to mention. Then my sister, she got me a few things. So I've mentioned my bobbin in the past. It's a Russian vendor that sells to the United States for amazing deals. And they had this. It is a needle case with the magnet, and I really like that it doesn't go across the whole thing because it makes it easier to actually grab the needles, and then you can take it off all the way, but you can also just kind of slide it. So I really like that and was excited that she got me that. Then there's a kit, and this one is from a company called MP Studio. And then this one is also the MP Studio, and it's a little wooden crate that you can stitch on to make those flowers. And so it comes with the lasered pieces of wood that you stitch on. You stitch mostly on this piece, and then you stitch these together and then put them in the base. So, and it comes with all the floss that you need as well as a needle. So there was that one. And then this one is one that I'm so excited about. I need to actually start these. They are, this is one of them. It's a little egg, wood egg that you stitch a band, and then it's connected on with beads. And I have this one too as well. This one on the back. But this one, I'll kind of show you when you open it. It comes in a box. You open it, and this is a Realist kit. And it comes with a wooden egg, and I will probably paint this like a pearl white. And then it comes with the floss that you need. And there's a metallic floss in there too. It comes with the beads as well as a beading needle. And there's a few different color beads. And then the fabric, this is an even weave, probably a Lugana, and a needle. And this is actually stitched 1/1 on that Lugana. But it's beautiful. I am so excited to get this started and to work on it and get that going. And I don't know if any of you follow Russian cross stitchers. They do typically these big Easter egg trees for Easter, and they are beautiful. So that's part of that. One of the birthday presents that I bought for myself were some graham guards. These are from Garand Stitchery, and Ronnie makes these himself. He sews them, and I have been wanting to get a couple. And what I like about them is that they have a tag that says what size it is. So this says that it's an 11 by 11. This one shows that it's an 8 by 8. And they are nice and wide, very well made. I've been really impressed, and they by far have the best prices that I have seen anywhere. So these are my Garand tote bag graham guards. I just lost the word for a minute. And you can get those on Garand Stitchery, and I will link that below. Next, I have my market / more birthday haul. I love that it's actually Expo this year, but I love that market is by my birthday because it means that there are lots of fun patterns that come out around my birthday. And this year, my Expo purchase, my market purchase, were you could sum it up as cute animals. So these are my cute animal purchases. So first was the Lindy Stitches Hedgehog House. And again, there will be a stitch-along starting on Easter Sunday for this, if you want to join. Then there is Rummy's Creations. This one is called In the Mood for Cross Stitch, and it's this cute little stitchy cow. And I love that she has the thread in her mouth. And it says, I'm in the mood to cross stitch. And she has a companion piece for this one. And it's, again, a super cute cow. And she's walking across rows of thread, like this, but small ones. But it says something about, oh, it's move that needle. It's move that needle. And my thought process is, yes, I really like that one. I think it's so cute. But, okay, this is a peek into my brain. I do not need a bossy cow telling me that I need to stitch faster. And so I decided not to buy Bossy Cow and instead bought the In the Mood to Cross Stitch instead. And I'm going to finish this as a pillow and put it over here by my cross stitchy, in my cross stitchy table. And then I got, this one's While Away the Hours by Petal Pusher, and I think that's so pretty, and I love that little bee, and bees love dandelions. they get a lot of pollen, I guess, from it, my husband said. And it says, I could while away the hours conferring with the flowers. And I really like that. So that'll go with my bee stuff. Then I got the Luminous Fiber Arts. This one's Friendship Series BFF Bunnies. And I love those bunnies. I love Luminous Fiber Arts animals. She does a fantastic job on her animals. And these bunnies, I love that they have the little stars, the quilt stars on their bums. And I will probably just leave off the initials. But if I do put initials, it will probably be for me and my husband, because I have 3 best friends. So I can't pick between them. And so, plus, and then I have my sisters. So, I mean, I can't decide. So it would have to be me and my husband. And I can't do me and my daughters because I have 3 daughters. So it's got to be me and my husband if I do. So there's that. And then I bought the New Classic Colorworks. This one's baking tin, chocolate mousse, and vanilla custard. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised that you can actually see the variegation in that white. It goes from kind of a creamy, like a light, to kind of a slightly tan color. It reminds me a little bit of khaki mocha. And I really love the brown and even the gray. They're just beautiful. And I got all of these. I purchased them all from Abby at Top Knot Stitcher. And she was fantastic to work with. She did a great job. So I was very happy with that. And we'll just put those over there. Don't want to bend it all. And then I hit a health goal that I have had for a while. And so I bought a piece of fabric that I've been wanting. And this is, I think it's called Witch's Moon is what it's called. And it's a fabric flare printed piece. It's like white on the back, but it came from Stitchery Express, and it was here in Utah, so it actually took like a day and a half to get to me once she shipped it. And what I want this for is for my Nora Corbett Raven, and it's this cute witch. And instead of stitching the moon, I'm going to have her kind of overlapping the moon with the bats kind of around the moon. So that's my goal. So that'll probably get started in May. I'm supposed to get my new scroll bars today. I'm so excited. So when I get my scroll bars, I will definitely be doing that. So it'll probably be one of my new starts for May. I had a couple others that were PDFs that I will insert a picture of. The first one is, what's it called? Welcome Bee. And I'll insert that here. And Welcome Bee is by Cherry Hill Stitchery, and she sent that to me as a thank you for stitching her first piece, and I already have it finished in mind. That's going to be so cute. I'm really excited about that one. And then the next one that I got was Jesus is His Name. I'll put that here. And that one is by Joyful Expressions, and that's actually a free chart that you can get when you sign up for their email. And I'd seen it several places of people having stitched it, and I really loved it, and so I wanted to get it, and I finally figured out where I could get that, and so I signed up for her email. Super sweet, very personal email back thanking me for signing up for her newsletter. And my plan is to stitch the center Jesus is His Name in like a gold, like a metallic gold, I had a friend who did the DMC Diamant and said that it's really easy to work with, so I thought I would try that and do Jesus is his name in that in the middle, and then do blues, because again, blue is my favorite color. So I'll do similar blues all around that. And I'll probably do, my thought is one name a week on a Sunday, and kind of have that be part of my study for the day. And I think that's all my haul. That was a lot of haul. I'm not normally this haul heavy, but with my birthday I've had a lot. So plans. So my plans this next week is spring break. So my girls and I are counting down. So of course on Easter I will be stitching this. I'm really excited. I have a piece of fabric I got that I'm supposed to get any day now from 123 Stitch, and I got Picture This Plus Ariel. I've heard it's a beautiful fabric, so I wanted to check it out and see, and I'm hoping it'll work really well with this. If not, I will be dyeing some fabric. Then I will continue, sorry, I bumped. I will continue this is my car piece for a while, and then finish up, sorry, my bonnet, finish her up. I think I can do that. I will have a lot of stitching time this weekend, so I will be finishing her. If I get those finished or decide to do a new start, I have a bunny sheep that is a match to Bonnet Chick. It's a sheep with the bunny ears that I showed last week. Or there's the Every Season Sal that I showed you, the winter piece that I got last week or last video, and I might start the spring version of that because it's spring. So I'm probably leaning more towards working on the Every Season Sal or the Every Season piece. So I'll probably be working on that. So that's it for me for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all those who have subscribed and who have followed me so far. You can follow me again on Instagram at stitchingjennie. That's JENNIE. Kind of confusing. It's definitely a different spelling. And go ahead and share with others. I have really enjoyed this journey. I've had so many wonderful comments from people, and I'm discovering new stitchers from comments that people have made and followers. I found out that the highway stitcher, I believe, if I remember right, it's Colette. She is in my same area, so check her out. She's really fun. She does a lot of traveling, and so she shows you pictures from her travels. And I've been following Made by Michelle McGraw on Instagram, but I finally started watching some of her videos, and she's fantastic, has some great finishing ideas. And follow Steel City Stitchers. They are so fun. They have such a beautiful friendship, and they are the most kind, gracious people, and I really am loving building that association with them. Erika and I have a lot of similarities. She likes to stitch frosted pumpkin, and so we've actually been following each other for a while. So they're all of the Sunshine Stitchers. Jody's fabrics are amazing, and Kristen just flies through her pieces, and Erin, sorry, I spaced it for a second. Erin has some beautiful pieces that she works on, and she flies through her stuff too. So they're definitely so much fun to watch. There's a couple of new Flosstubers. They're Too Tall, like TWO, tall stitchers, and they're a mother-daughter, and they just started. They have one Flosstube out, and they're so much fun. So anyway, check all those people out. Feel free to give me a like and a follow, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm excited to see you. Bye.